It's a new year, so that means Bruce Willis has another direct-to-video feature. But, how does it hold up between any of his other direct-to-video features? I don't know. This is my first one. So let's see. Vice stars Bruce Willis and Thomas Jane. Bruce Willis plays Julian Michaels, the owner of an ultimate resort named Vice. At this resort, real people can go and get their freak on, if you will, by robots, of course. And of course, crime happens at this resort as well. But nobody does anything because if they realize that anybody gets killed or something like that, it's no loss of life on their part because they'll just be taken away, refixed, and the next day their lives will start over again, basically. So, yeah. And this is where we meet, of course, Kelly. Kelly is a robot as well. But after a little bit of an incident goes awry, she goes self-aware, basically, and she remembers everything, well, parts of everything that goes on that happened in her previous life. Thomas Jane plays the cop who wants to shut down Vice once and for all, and of course goes after Kelly once he figures out what is really going on. This movie is not very good. It's not terrible, but it's not very good either. I would say the best part about this movie is, of course, towards the ending, and Thomas Jane. Because Bruce Willis nowadays is to the point where I can even give a shit about Bruce Willis. And the fact, of course, he makes direct-to-videos every single year. And of course, this is probably this is the first one I've seen. He didn't really try in this movie. He was just there. He was just Bruce Willis. He sucked in this movie. Most of the acting is terrible in this movie. The only good acting in this movie is Thomas Jane and Ambyr Childers, whatever, who plays Kelly in the movie. She was okay. But Thomas Jane is the main guy in this movie. And, yeah. There aren't really any effects because it is a direct-to-video movie and it is a low-budget movie. So, when there are flames and stuff like that, they look kind of cheap. But again, it's a direct-to-video feature, so I'll let it slide. Because, you know, they don't have the type of budget that a big Hollywood movie would have. So, that's okay. But when nobody gives a shit about acting in the movie, something's wrong. Okay, when Thomas Jane is the only one that actually gives a shit about the movie he's trying to be in, something's wrong. Something's very wrong. And it's sad to see Thomas Jane do direct-to-video movies because he can do theatrical movies if he wanted to. He did that show on HBO, or was it Showtime, where he was a male prostitute. I forget what it was called. Oh, Hung. I love that show, and it got canceled. He was the Punisher. Didn't get a chance to be the Punisher in a sequel. And they ended up trying to semi-reboot that. And it was okay, but not the best. But, yeah. Thomas Jane has never had a good chance to shine, actually. And it's kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame. And like I said, the action does pick up towards the end of the movie because the end of the movie requires it to. So that part was okay. I actually enjoyed that part of the movie. Other than that, this is not a very interesting movie, and you're not really going to remember it. Probably after the first viewing, and it's only going to be one of those movies you watch one time. It's not going to be something you watch over and over and over again. And that's a shame, because usually direct-to-video should be. Direct-to-video movies, in my book, should have those rewatchabilities, because it's so rare that you will see it in theaters, that if you buy it and watch it at home, you're going to watch it more than once. But that's not the case with this movie. Because, yeah, this movie kind of fails. But because of Thomas Jane, because of Ambyr Childers, and because of the ending to the movie, I'm going to give Vice a D+. It's definitely not one you're gonna watch over and over again, but if you're in the mood to watch it just to kill 96 minutes, it's not too much of a loss, if you will, because it ain't costing you anything. If you watch it on DVD, Redbox, Netflix, or maybe even online, whatever you want to do it, it's not too much of a loss there. So, yeah. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about Vice down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And I'll see you guys in the next one.